Oi, matey. I'm Paul. Here. How are you? Hope it is going. Folks. Yeah. I have to say, I'm very slowly working out things, very slowly, and I really want to do a couple things. I want to start finally working out on my comic book. Yeah, it's just that. I'm good, how are you? Doing well. So, I'm thinking that we are going to slowly get into working out the thing mood. Hey Zaga, got over here. How are you? Hope it's going. It's been a while since you worked on your comic. Yeah, I have to say it's really striking me. It's really striking me that it's taking so much actually to work on the comic book itself. I really want to slowly progress with my projects. I also don't want to like focus too much on stuff. So some stuff had to be pushed on the side. But actually, since I have stuff that I can work only off stream and I have stuff that I can work only on stream, I don't think actually there should be a problem if I would like every other week do this. Although I also have the portfolio that I have to finish, so how's the commission going? I'm prioritizing commission right now. I want to of course, commission, I want to deliver as fast as possible. Hi Gear, glad to have you here, how are you, hope your has going? I think this is the first time around, so hope you find a comfy corner here, how are you? So yeah, I want to prioritize commission because of course I want to deliver it as fast as possible. So yeah, the manga, right? Manga. I'll probably be back later. Bye bye Gear, bye bye. Thank you for coming. Hope to see you later. I need to check what are the major layouts in manga covers. Fun fact, it's actually a thing. You can actually check up the layouts for manga, like what kind, well, generally layouts. There's like rule for everything. And there are like major layouts that mangas are just slightly iterating. So of course you can just Google like layouts for covers for comic books or something like that, and for sure you're going to find them. But I think this is good enough. Like this is the very typical one. A character is going to be slightly overflowing on the title of the comic book. Then we are going to have some other stuff going on. I can also like offset the title, like here. Then the character can actually go higher, but I think that this is actually perfect for what it's going to be. I'm not sure what I want to do with the hands here though, you know, because on one, or you can open a site with a lot of mangas on and get a feel. Yeah, that's also like googling for layouts, but I see that this is like the major thing for the layout right now. Like that's something that a lot of mangakas are doing. A lot of them also have like these squares where they contain the major part of the thing, and then you have like a character or couple characters overflowing this. Yeah. I think we are going to stay in where that one is. Also, folks, I have to say, we've made records. We've actually made records on Twitter. Don't know if all of you are, following this, but we've actually made a personal best. The illustration that we've done of Froggy and Zen actually got huge on Twitter, which I'm really proud of because this is the very first time that something like this happened, and I just can't stop, I just can't stop smiling because, it's like one of the goals I've ever had in mind just got fulfilled because I've never really expected that any of my artworks would ever be um, like on such extent, and we're speaking about now 2.7 thousand likes, 127 shares, where both Zentreya and Froggy actually liked and shared the artwork. Froggy even commented under it. So I really have to say that this is a major goal that I've always dreamed about. Hi Knight, glad to have you here. How are you? Hope everything's going. And I really have to say, like, that's, you know, that I'm really happy, and I'm really happy that all of us can actually cherish this moment. So, and I really want to thank you all, actually, you know, for supporting, because that's I feel like it wouldn't actually be happening without all of you, you know. I'm really happy to have you all here. So yeah, I'm talking right now, even though I'm still thinking what I can do, because I'm wondering what I want to do with the arms. On one hand, I want to do, you know, like more or less this kind of pose, right? Like Davis's arms are here, like chained to the walls, right? He's actually there, and I'm really thinking about getting this to be the same kind of pose, right? Like same kind of feel, like showing Davis having his arms raised. Although I'm thinking now about giving him like the Frieza pose, right? Like, you know, the crossed legs, one in front of another, and arms kind of like, you know, pushed to the side, kind of like an A pose. But I don't want to make it like, because on one side we can make it like straight up how what the manga is going to show. Didn't Broly do that too? Yes, Broly did that too. It's very common pose in Dragon Ball. I've seen Cell. Now I'm thinking about it. Cell, Frieza, Broly. I think Boo when he was after absorption of after he absorbed. Gogeta always yes, Gogeta too. Majin Buu, Piccolo absorb also was doing that. Like a lot of characters in Dragon Ball were doing this. I have no idea why. It's like something totally. It's a powerful pose, and that's why I want to attach it here. That's why it's actually coming into my mind when I'm thinking about it. So generally speaking, like yeah, we just have, you know, on one side we can make it like manga accurate, but also in manga I think I would do the same pose by the end of the chapter, more or less, right? To present how powerful Davis actually can be. So I don't know. This is actually a thing to rather think through, because like on this iteration, let's make them on different layer for now. In this iteration, his arms would go down here, used to do that pose too when levitating. Kinda, yeah. I think showing him weak first. Yeah, like vulnerable, right? When he's still like pinched in. Like the thing is that actually in the series we are going to have manifestations of power, right? There's a spell called Overpower, allowing like seeing manifestations of power, and usually there would be like some additional parts to it, or do a split one. Cover doesn't have to be accurate to the story. Yeah, you know, like that, or just showing Devis like holding his belt, because there's one thing that I kind of think about. Devis actually, if he doesn't have his coat, his like main thing is to place like hands on his belt. He's like holding his belt, right? Because I mean, I can even show you here. So basically this is the belt, right? It's like a very specific, because it's like clothing kind of restricted to like the island from where Devis comes from, right? So his main thing is to like grab the belt, like top of the belt, like he's placing his hands here, right? Like next to his stomach. That's one thing that Devis kind of does, because I don't know why, I like personally I just can't stop like putting my hands in pockets, right? Because like I feel weird when I can't do that. I'm always holding my hands in the pockets. So that's one of the things, right? And like Devis's thing is that he always tries to do something with his arms when he does something, right? When he's talking or something. So for example, he's grabbing his belt or placing his arms in the pockets in the coat. Yujiro Hama does it too, yeah, kinda. Like for example, another thing is if we are looking at, let's say, Fairy Tail also doesn't really push through with the chapters covers. They're usually just presenting character in its fullest. How he ignored the pants thing. Sorry, pantsless, yes. I'm pantsless, always. But the thing is that I don't want to dress like, I could also make like what Fairy Tail does and just make like presentation of characters, or also I could as well make some kind of a like dressing Devis in different like outfits, right? That are totally off when it comes to the proper like lore, right? Like outfits that, for example, I was already presenting Devis in, like jeans and shirt, right? Or just red leather coat. Like Devis has like several different outfits with shirts. The thing is that there's so many different possibilities that I have no idea what I should go for, and especially with the poses, because I think that posing is going to be crucial. I could draw a little dev that you could dress up. Yeah, actually, that's one of the things. um, Also, just the thing that over here Davis is going to be a bit different than what the original, you know, design is, because this is a young Davis, right? Like, I don't know if you've played the Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi 3. You have like Kid Goku, young Goku, mid Goku, and end Goku, right? So like the Davis that is used as a model is actually the mid Davis. So it's not even like the full thing. So you can get an idea of outfit. Yeah. You know what would be cool? Yeah? What? Grandpa Davis telling his story? You know, this is very interesting that you say it. I mean, there are going to be several things going on. I don't say that it's going to be exactly that, but yeah, there will be several different works in the book, comic book. Well, if you should in the middle somewhere. Huh? If you shoot in the middle somewhere? Who do you want to shoot? Shots fired. Yeah, I have to say I'm so happy that Froggy and Zentra really like the illustration. Very happy for it too. Movies used to do the "you must wonder how I got here," then rewind, show the previous things and the current scene and continue from there with a different narration. I see. Nah, it's a bit different. It only works if you have to the full story and don't plan to expand though, yeah. I mean, there's one thing actually. There will be careful that you don't throw up gang signs, bro. I was thinking maybe when I be done with the comic books and I'll be working out the, you know, prequels and stuff and side stories, maybe I could write books. Like, the game I wanted to make supposed to be a what do you call it? The game I wanted to make supposed to be a game with multiple endings. So the multiple endings cool to do some same cover for multiple books, but slightly different. Yeah. To be fair, I'm still kind of like second guessing the cover. I'm still second guessing the cover, but we have to roll with it. We have to finally roll with it. Maybe the thumbnail sketch of the different covers. I should, but I don't think I want to. It's like this. Like, I know more or less what feel I want to go for, so I don't know. Wait. Stick with it and hope you like it. Yeah. I mean, I'm always counting on y'all that you'll be able to, like, you know, smack me in the face and say, hey, that's actually, there could be something different about it for the feel. Now I think that the head is going to be too big. I feel like I have to pull the head higher. Like, where is exactly the hairline? I think like somewhere here. So yeah, I think that this is going to be perfect height for the eyes. Also, the narrative is going to be very specific. Like at first I want Davis to seem like an evil guy. So I also want to figure out the view on the character this way, right? This is what we are sticking up with. Okay, I think the hairline needs to be higher slightly, like this. Much higher. Can we get much higher? Bro. Wouldn't an evil smile work better? No, no. Because I just want to... Hi Skylar, got over here, how are you? Hope it's going? I just want to have a narrative that he should seem to be the evil. You read the previous comic and know Davis is a bad guy? No. He's not though. Do you think I'm bad? I haven't read it. Yeah. I didn't have time, bruh. It's okay. It's not good. I mean, it's relatively rare to have those stories where DMC is the bad guy who's technically right. Yeah. Most of the best villains are right. Yeah, true. Can't think of any story where DMC is a villain and he's right. Maybe Batman and the Punisher? I mean, Batman is not... They're more like vigilantes, yeah. I wouldn't even say that Batman is a vigilante. Like, come on, Superman is also punching people. Spider-Man, they are not considered vigilantes. Hey Magic Chicken, got over here, how are you? Hope everything's going? I think this is the first time it's around, so hope you find a coffee corner here. How are you? Too fast? What do you mean too fast? Batman is a bad guy though. Why? How is he a bad guy? You said that too fast. Okay, sorry. Hi Magic Chicken, Gatavi here. How are you? How is it going? Hope you're. Hi Magic Chicken, Gatavi here. How are you? Hope your is going. Since this is the first news round, so hope you find a coffee corner here. How are you? Good day, mate. He just upscale costume uses wealth to build gadgets to go out at night and beat up mentally ill people. Now you're just trying to portray him as as a bad guy. Not all the people are freaks. If I do that, I'm the bad guy. Have you tried? Go out in the night and beat up ill people? Because now it sounds like, yeah, Batman is a bad guy. What do you mean he's a good guy? He's literally going out in the night and beats up mentally ill people. When it's a Batman, he's a good guy. When I'm doing this, I'm suddenly a bad guy, right? We don't know what Zaga does in his free time. Bro, imagine he's actually Batman IRL. Or he's working on a freaking Iron Man outfit. I wouldn't be shocked, to be fair. Oh no. I know I'd like to go back to robotics. You know I'd like to go back to robotics. God damn. Yeah. Curious. Did you hand-drawn the logo title thing? Yes, it's hand-drawn. Curious. Yeah. I've done this kind, you know, from hand. I mean, I've used the, you know, writing one and did the, you know, some effects, but rest is hand drawn. That's a font. But why would I do an Iron Man suit when I can remote control a robot and use VR? Time to dust off the shoebox. Actually, didn't Iron Man had similar outfit when he was fighting some bad guy that he couldn't get close to? Like he was literally VR. The shoebox is not enough, yeah. Oh, okay, cool. Yay. Scares me sometimes. Yeah. To be fair, I wouldn't be shocked that Zega will be able to actually create armor like Iron Man suit. And even make it remotely. Boo. Ah. Now I'm bad at welding. I see. What have you done? You've scared Muto. You monster! Oh my god, he killed Kenny! You bastard! Hi Eric, glad to hear how your brain is going. Good working on my own manga as well. Hey, that's so cool, Eric. That's so cool. I can't even. That's odd. Yeah, I plan to too, but I don't know about manga paneling. You know what advice, Magic Chicken, you know what advice helped me like a lot comprehending manga paneling? Here it is. So think of manga paneling as if you would make a scene. One page is a whole scene. So the same thing as scenes in movies, scenes in drama, like it's straight up the same thing. You just want to panel those scenes into the page. So for example, we have one whole page here. It's just a massive like fight scene because we need a lot of dynamicness. Over here we have you know, some more like idea, another like whole page. Here we have like some more, you know, paneling with only one small panel. Also depends like what kind of comic book you want to do, because paneling for webtoons is going to be different than paneling for full manga. I'm trying to merge those two just so they would fit properly, but yeah. It has a frame for panels, com things have more simple panels and fight have more edged corners and sharp, yeah. For more manga vibes from mine. So you want to, for example, well, for manga panels, you want to actually detail it a bit more. When it comes to the, like, you want to detail your panels a bit more when it comes to the story you are fleshing out in the panels. So I'm making it like connected between something like between manga and webtoon. There will be some more stuff going on. Depends like how fast-paced you want the story to be. So yeah, generally you want to represent a scene with one page generally. So you can think of your panels as of keyframes, and generally you want to represent the entire scene. So for example, when you have characters talking, right, and actually. When you have characters talking and there's like entire scene between like you know, so basically when you have a scene where two characters are walking through the city or through the park and they're talking together, and you want to show like what environment they're in, you want to make like the main focus between the two characters, right? Like show them like walking one next to another, and around them you want to make like panels with like that are going to focus on that surrounding, right? And then you are going to add like different, you know, speech bubbles to show that they are talking together. So you have to think like how to show what you want to show without making unnecessary clutter. And usually you want to show action with more detailed panels, which means they have to be big, which means there has to be less panels on your page, because usually action is fast-paced, right? So when you're slowing down, you can add more panels. When you're speeding up, you want less panels, right? Hey Davis, I'm thinking about a side character like Killa from HH. Got any names I could borrow? Depends like what kind of character that is. You can also reference mangas, like other mangas generally. One of them sees, and I think he has that cold with funny personality. Well, that still doesn't help. It's difficult, you know. That was a mad voice crack. It's very difficult, you know, because like to name a character, you really need to know that character. Like personality, powers, right? Like there might be like naming. What those bots? Bro, they are starting to get actually some brain damage. The bots, like straight up, bots are starting to have brain damage. It's crazy. So actually, Eric, you might even have in your world like some like naming stuff. Is he interested in helping others, not himself? Okay. I mean, I can give you some like tips to name the character. I can just come up with a name, but I'm not sure if the name is going to be fitting, you know? But I have the first MC's name. Okay. Ataki. Like describe the design. Yeah, that might help a lot. So quite often there are like either you have a like naming rule, like for example science in Dragon Ball are named after vegetables, right? And they like you have King Vegeta, right? King Vegetable at the same planet. And then you have like Bardock, you have Broly for broccoli, you have Raditz for radish, you have Kakarot for carrot, right? Like there are like Yuan, that's rice in Japanese. Yes, but he's half Saiyan. We're talking about pure Saiyan's names. But still, like rice name, like rice is still a vegetable, right? I think. It's a plant after all. But yeah. So basically they're like called mostly after after vegetables, right? So that's like a naming rule. Are trees vegetables then? Are they? I don't know. What do you mean? Also wrote a power system 1 of 2 for Destroy AC. SAC. I mean... You can even like try to connect to... you can even name a character after character from mythology. 1 straight hands. 2 Rio. Rio? Isn't Rio like actual like something? Oh, Rio. It was the currency in Naruto. Okay. It's similar to Ki, Curse, Energy, and then I see. Rio was the name of currency in the thing. Okay, so do you still need a last name for your protag? It's like the name for the like secondary character. You can call him after like nature of his power. You can call him after I don't know. Like for example, I have for like very special characters, the names are taken from like folklore, like there are names for special characters, like for example Midas, right? Or Jupiter. You have alchemy, there's Atlas, right? Like those names come from like mythologies, folklore, other stories. That's like, you know, Loki. That might work well. Yeah, that might work if the name works. Like remember that usually the name is going to be associated with how the character was actually in the folklore, right? In the mythology. So if you name character Loki, you have to make him a liar, mischief master, and generally like operate with illusions and, you know, generally be a sneaky bastard. Research mythology a bit, be right back. I mean, when it comes to Loki, I can say exactly what Loki was. He was like half giant, stole from Ymir by Odin. He was he's actually god of lies and mischief. I think in like some special folklore, his name was actually Fafnir, not Loki. Like Loki was given to him by Odin, while his original name was Fafnir, or something like that. I've almost blundered those arms. Now I'm kind of looking, making him like being bent to his hands. That might be good if I would like figure out what I want to do with it. But actually this way it also shows like moment of vulnerability. It kind of shows that Davis is kind of rethinking something. And by looking at his hands, it's like rethinking what he's done. Which I actually really like in this idea. Now here's the question, are the arms done well? I don't think so. They don't look good. There you go, now they look small. They feel kind of thin. Yeah. But they are going down, you know? Because the character is like foreshortening, has its entire body foreshortened. Look. The entire thing is like getting thinner as it goes. I don't know, but still, I think you might be right with it, though. Is he originally buff? Yes. Or lean? He should be like... He should be on a lean cut with like very exposed muscles. Oh, then there should probably be a bit bigger. Emo, you don't have to. I see. If these views from bottom or top you tend to do foreshortening a bit, like it was a fisheye. Yeah, like kind of everything has to be smooshed here. Yeah, that works actually. Like surprisingly it works. Let me actually do one thing. I'm going to copy this arm. I'm going to also place it on the other side, like he's actually looking at his arms. At his hands. No, that's actually a bad idea. Nah, I hate those arms. I hate those arms, like straight up. I like the head. I kinda like the body, but I hate the entire arms that we have here. Like entire arms, like whole. Like them all. The entirety of them. That's awful and disgusting. It is not working out, yeah. Like, those are okay. I think. Like, this one is for sure okay. This one might be not okay. There you go, now it's better. And now we need to throw it like this. Although I think this has to be more hidden behind the body, like this. And higher, like that. There we go. Yeah, that makes sense. Now that makes sense. Yeah, no. That ain't it. There we go. I'm sorry I'm going all silent over and over again, but I'm really trying to, you know, work it out. I really want to make bigger progress today on it. I know that we are going to have another day when we are going to work on those, but I just want to, you know, do as much as possible without any hiccups. So I might just, you know, I might just end up, you know, shutting up for a while and over focus. It's one of these days. I'm just focusing, it's okay. Yeah, I can just make a copy of that pen. There's nothing bad with it. Yep. The rotation angle? Yeah. You're right. Is it looking better? Reminds me of Saitama. Fuck, I did it again. Yeah. I mean, One Punch Man is actually doing a lot of stuff in a comedic way, so all the like serious tropes are getting actually memed on by One Punch Man. But actually, Davis is looking at the viewer camera, right? So that's something to remember. God, I'm so glad that we are going to work on it in black and white. Imagine coloring all of every single piece like this. It's going to be such a pain. Bruh. Hi Tripler, good to have you here. How are you? Hope everything's going. I think this is the first incident, so hope you find a coffee corner here. How are you? Being fine on a breakup from work and also looking up some manga making live stream. Hey, so glad you popped up. So I see you have interest in manga making. Are you planning to make something on your own? Yeah, I see. I see. If you would ever have any questions, you can feel free to ask. Doing a practice free page and have stories I want to turn into manga. I've actually worked on story for this manga for years. It took me a really long time to finally gather myself up and start working on this project. Just a heads up, I'm today really focusing on the drawing, so sometimes I'm just going to totally cut out. It's sometimes even while talking on something, so sorry if I might come out not to talk much. Hi Dad, glad to have you here. How are you? Hope everything is going. How have you been? I like his long hair. I've been alright. How are you doing? I see you drawing for manga. Oh, do send the link once it's done. For sure I will. Told myself I need to watch people make art and manga more. Actually, what really helps is one, find someone who knows how to guide you. If you want some mentorship from person. And so, for example, someone who has a very similar style you are going for, or someone who just generally have a lot of like general tips for both drawing and manga making. Just watch out, because a lot of people in art community don't really like to share their knowledge. I like to share it. So for both just drawing or manga making, if you would ever have any questions, you can always ask me. We've actually had over time several small tutorials, also how to make turnarounds and generally how to structure the human body. We've had a stream where I was working on my portfolio for character artist. I'm still working on it. But yeah. There's a Discord too? Yeah, actually, we also have a Discord server where there's a special channel called Art Critics, and you can actually post your artworks there and receive a feedback. I was actually so waiting. I've changed a lot of my in my drawings. I don't know if it's an improvement. I mean, you can always show me. I like to look at others' artworks, and I really like when I really like to see when people are progressing with their art. I'm really happy, you know, seeing people getting creative and just getting into drawing, even though they've, for example, never drawn. It's a lot different from when I first posted. It's fun. Do you speak with Izu? Yeah, I do speak with Izu. Izu is playing on recently a lot of Apex. She's doing well. She's still learning. Hi Spirit, glad to have you here. How are you? Hope everything is going. I think this is the first instance round, so hope you find a coffee corner here. How are you? How Flex is doing, but don't want to ping him. Actually, on 6th, it's going to be a really tight schedule. I hope more people pay attention to you someday. Your art's really good. Thanks, Spirit. Thanks. It really means a lot. I have my art style and stuff down. There's room for improvement. I swear my art isn't perfect, but what I want for myself is increase my speed. I take a lot of time, especially in the draft sketching phase. Oh, actually, going for speed is something I've been struggling with myself. What really helps is, for example, when you are drawing, well, one of the things that really helps is trying to learn the anatomy to such extent where you are skipping constructions and actually knowing how to get down with everything you've planned for. Quite often you are slowed down when you are not sure what you really want. Well, actually, what really speeds you up is when you don't really mind your speed. Because actually I've noticed that the more I'm thinking about how fast I'm drawing, the slower I am actually drawing. It's a weird paradox, but surprisingly it actually happens. Because I've compared my art or my drawing process when I've been actually drawing without thinking about how fast I'm drawing, and I've compared it to where we're trying to pay attention to how fast I'm drawing, and surprisingly, when I wasn't really paying much attention to it, I was capable to finish an entire character within one stream. It was like 3 hours about, right? Like about 3 hours, something around that. 3-4 hours, something between that. When I've actually started caring about that, I needed 2 streams. Because I was I was done with sketch and line art on just after 2 hours. Now I'm still taking like several streams even though I could finish the character really quickly. But I just do it because I don't want to, for example, make long stream or something like that, so it's like outside stuff. But I can assure you, it's just your mind blocking you from achieving faster speeds. And yeah, just this thing, if you know what you really want from your drawing, what you want to have on paper. If you don't know what you want on paper, this process is of course going to be slowed down because you first need to figure out what you really need, right? Oh, Tripler, welcome to the family. Thank you for subscribing. Yep, yeah. Welcome. Welcome to the family, now you do the dishes. Bro. Yeah, I think it's what you said mixed in with just working full time from 9 to 7 or 8. Yeah. Yeah, the work is really affecting you, especially really long hours. I mostly do art at night. Same. I mean, depends what shift I'm doing, but yeah. When I have morning shifts, I'm drawing on only at nights. Sometimes when it's, for example, weekend and I have very chill shift, but yeah. Hi Juicy, good to have you here. How are your brain is going? Chilling at work, so glad to hear. To be fair, I actually feel so bad. I'm a frame man. I fix mashed cars, also no problem on fall. I'm actually working logistics. I'm coordinating transport of goods between warehouses. Discuss soon, maybe when I get off work. I actually have like over 10-hour long shifts. That sucks, man. That sucks. Like 10:45 actually. So to be fair, I prefer night shifts because like a good job is it? No. Definitely not. I'm not getting paid enough for the amount of work I'm actually doing. I guess everyone can say that in any job. But yeah, it's, I mean, it's very chill because it's not like physical job, so I can't really pay much. But it, like, for the amount of work and like how long the shifts are and like the amount of work and additional responsibilities they're throwing at me, even though it's not anything like nowhere near the job I'm supposed to do, it's actually, you know, it's not necessarily perfect, but at least I'm working from office, right? Like at least that's the benefit. And I can work from home from time to time, so you know, there are benefits that are sweetening the deal. I'm trying to be very positive. But yeah. Actually, I have to wake up early tomorrow because I'm doing morning shift. I can wake up earlier than usually for morning shifts. Yeah, jobs usually sucks right now. Like I do 90% of the work. Like get paid 25% of the pay from the job. A friend of mine is trying to get back to school for the work I do because I'm good at it. Fixing cars, I mean. That's, yeah. That's about right. Like literally, we are working our butts off. And you know, like it's very mentally draining job, right? And for example, mine. And car mechanics make a lot here. So after school, he said go to the US. I see. I don't think US is good. Let me tell you why. The moment you are actually going to become a citizen of US, you'll have to start paying taxes in US, which means you are going to be loved in the ass pretty hard. Because those are actually like no sense whatsoever. So actually work in US has been like bittered. People do underestimate mental burnout. Yeah, they do. Hey, we've earned like crap load of cash for the company, and they've bought a donut for each of the worker for the lunch, right? One donut per employee. Bro. It's funny sometimes. It's sometimes funny. Burnout sucks, yeah. It does. Yeah, when a company starts doing the pizza party things, you know the music stops. Yeah. Yeah, like a good job here's a cookie, but it's like, I have bills to pay. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly that. I mean, it's not like it's bad, it's just like the situation in the company is bad, it's just, it's good, it's constantly progressing. The thing is that instead, for example, like actually appreciating the employees and giving them a raise or even small bonus, like I wouldn't mind even like 200 PLN of a bonus. Like, it ain't much, but it's at least something. I would feel way more appreciated than getting a mere donut. Like, come on. It's just, you know, it's funny. It's just funny. We don't have pizza party levels, but we have donut of appreciation level. Like, that's that. I might actually, although I might actually get a different logistics job. I need to. Come on, you have a whole buffet in your workplace. There's got a pat on the back and a good job. You know what? I don't even get those. Like, I'm doing just so my shift goes perfectly fine, and what I hear is, you're not doing enough. Like, that's that. Even though I've done everything to save operation on nearly all the warehouses, I still have to pay for those, yeah. Actually, we also have the meals for 1 PLN. But the meal is in the quality where the rice is definitely spoiled. Pro tip, get irreplaceable and threaten them to leave unless they learn to appreciate you. You know, Zega, we actually had a guy who stood up and like all the complex of warehouses. He asked for a raise. As far as I know, it was a very small raise. They say no, he left. and they've exchanged him for 5 people, and now they are just paying more. Well, I'm off. We'll watch this later. Gotta get back to work. Good luck with your stream. Thanks, Tripler. Thanks. Good luck on your job. So actually, the guy thing, like, even irreplaceable people, for them are still replaceable. And he was replaceable, just expensive to replace. To be fair, they still don't have people to do what he was doing. Because he was even doing stuff like checking out, archiving, and like processing the airline delivery documents. Do what I do. If I would leave, the company's over. I can't really do that. I'm not on that level. Isn't most people replaceable? Most likely. Like, quite often, when I have something that would make me irreplaceable, it gets blocked. Depend on you too much. I do. They do depend on me way too much. Like all the warehouses, their co-workers. Actually, I've yesterday during a shift, I've got a phone call about making planning, which is something that is for the level higher, like for people that are level higher, but I have accesses to those things that are needed because I've started doing things like planning and stuff. So, like, creating plans is something that I shouldn't really touch because I shouldn't really have access to the data of how many goods should be passing through. And the thing is that like, when I'm not at work, it's quite often not done. Of course, when it's something I have to do, when I'm on morning shifts, because for now there's a person on the opposite kinds of shifts, so when I'm doing night shifts, he does morning shifts, and he also does it. And yeah, like, a lot of stuff is like, we are literally on the level where they just don't see that someone leaving is going to cause a huge ruckus all around the warehouses. There are actually people on warehouses, like managers, that want to contact with only one person. Like, when they have to work shifts with my coworkers, they just don't want to do that. Totally. One time I was actually on a sick leave. One time I've actually went on a sick leave. Manager called me and begged me to do something because they didn't wanted the other person to do the stuff. They just refused to cooperate with that person, which is crazy thing to do. It's actually that level. And when I came back from the sick leave, they've said, like, please don't leave. Like, straight up. That was the first message from several people I've received. Please don't leave. That's crazy. But kinda shows, you know, level of work. But they don't care about that. Leave? Yeah. I'm going to. I'm planning to. I want to. I have to write some more details to the guy and send my resume. Most likely I'm going to change. I'm still going to stay in logistics, but I'm just going to change corporal. We will see though. I don't know. I just need to work out better resume, and I might actually do that after I come back from watching movies with my mom. But yeah, I have a couple of things that I have to do, and I want to do before I go to sleep. Or maybe I might actually not have possibility, time, or... What movie are you planning to watch? I don't know yet. We are usually just sitting down and searching for movies together. We just want to watch horror movies. We just want to watch horror movies. We like them. Me and my mom both. We really like horror movies. This is something special. And actually I've started spending time with my mom after streams. For a movie or half. That depends. I think yesterday we've actually picked a movie for today. Because yesterday we've watched a mini-series. It was like three... those are like 3 episodes of like mini-series. I don't remember the name now. I think there was also... It was also like used in one of... The story was also used in one of the stories of... one of the movies with Ed and Lorraine Warrens. Yeah, it just wasn't like Ed and Lorraine Warrens. It was like some dude, some random dude. That sounds cool. Yeah. Damn, we've watched so many movies actually. Now as I think about it, we've actually watched a lot of them. At least tomorrow I can wake up at 5:45 instead of 4 AM. So I'm going to have some more rest. And I'll be able to just start doing whatever, like really quickly. And if this shift is going to be chill, I can also just draw or do some other stuff. You need to rest. Yeah, actually yesterday it haven't been happening for like often recently. And I was having heavy nosebleeds that I had yesterday. That's actually why I haven't streamed. If someone is not on Discord, I haven't done a stream yesterday because I've actually got like really massive nosebleed. It was like lasting for like 30 minutes straight up. And I just wasn't in a state to stream afterwards. So I had to take off yesterday. And let me tell you, it's really grueling. The entire thing is just... yeah, it's not good. I was having like really massive nosebleeds when I was younger, actually, to the point where I was even losing consciousness. So yeah, I don't know why, but the moment I'm getting a nosebleed, is like really bad every single time, every single nosebleed. Oh god, yeah. Thank god it wasn't happening. It didn't happen yesterday because I actually started to have the nosebleed under shower. So imagine actually getting a nosebleed and losing consciousness under shower. That's like really huge hazard for life. That's crazy. I have to say that's crazy. Very, yeah. Especially in the shower, yeah. To be fair, I don't know what is causing this. Like, doctor said that it's just my charm. But like, when he said that, I look at him and I was like, really? Like, well, I'm glad you're doing better today. I have to. It's probably because of being like super tired. For some time, I was actually. For some time, I was actually experiencing a lot of troubles. Especially things like, you know, just staying awake. And sleeping generally. Like a lot of times I was struggling with falling asleep when I was younger. What is that supposed to mean? Well, I've had, when I was younger, I was really struggling to sleep, and basically after that, the doctor, I mean, he said that I just have like some like veins. I have like a huge vein in my nose, and it's actually causing very rough nosebleeds to the point where they can actually cause the they can actually start causing the losses of consciousness. And I was like, apparently it's not possible to do anything with it. Like, you can't cut out a, you know, a blood vessel. Like, what? But yeah, I have like very thick one there, and for example, when I'm getting really tired, right, like as I was, because I haven't really slept, I was waking up constantly, and I was like, I didn't slept well, and I have a very tiring day, and I just came back home, started taking a shower, and it happened, right? And when I was younger, I was actually having a lot of trouble sleeping. It was actually ending up where I was falling asleep at around like 5 a.m., waking up to school at 7 a.m., so I had like 2 hours sleep. Then I was, you know, coming back from school, and I was taking naps because I was constantly tired. And basically that supposed to, you know, that like insomnia was supposed to actually getting on the constant nosebleeds I've had. It kind of started working better, but now I'm working where I'm working, and it's actually started to come back. I haven't had those even when I was working physically, but now as I'm working in the office, for some reason they started to come back. And actually my insomnia is coming back, so yeah. Air conditioner? Nope. We are not using those yet. We're just opening windows. Actually, I have a window open right now. I've got the... although I have air conditioner, I might need to check out what's up with it. Also, I need to start making copies of my school documents and stuff. Damn, wait, I have to write down what I have to do. I need to make resume for logistics job. Correct it. I need to just correct a couple things. I need to add some stuff into my responsibilities. I need to do commission. I need to make a character artist portfolio. I need to make a Kitsuya game resources. I need to work on those too. I have 4 things. Oh, and copy the school documents because I have to make like copies of some school documents and print out some stuff. So basically, I need to. I need to print out some stuff and just make copies. Because like I'm not going to give a original of my like mature exam to a school that might not even accept me. But I mean, I've got like a lot of points, so we'll see. Can't wait. I'm so stoked about going to the school. I was really lacking this, and I might actually later on check. Because they also have IT things, and I'm thinking about taking a second stage, because after first year usually you can actually get like a second thing, right? Depends on you, but if you have time and willing to do that, you can actually take a second thing, and I really want to get on IT stuff too. Who knows, maybe they are going to also teach C#. Do you teach anything useful? I don't have the curriculum. But to be fair, like, first of all, I want to finish the art in media and graphic design, because this is exactly what I'm going on in the university, and this is exactly the path I've took for the university. And later on I want to find a job that I can do remotely, and for example move to a different city where I can take a better school. And by better school I mean other stuff that are going to be useful for me. So yeah, there's a school on the other side of Poland, so yeah. And the school actually is so good that it actually has like game development resources making. So like 3D, 2D, animations, character design, concept art, like all this stuff I want to learn. Or at least get a paper on, because I've already learned some stuff. It's never bad to learn more, but probably I'm going to be one of those irritating students that already learns a huge chunk of the theories, and it's going to be irritating. Hi Serge, glad to have you here. How are you? Hope everything is going. I think this is the first thing around, so hope you find a comfy corner here. How are you? Put on a shirt, bro. If I would have $1 for each time someone says that, I would have like $6 now. This is like... or one of those irritating students who thinks he knows. I mean, I know a lot of like graphic design concepts and theory, so for sure I'm going to be very active when it comes to the theory. I don't say I might need some guidance with some stuff, but yeah. I mean, to be fair, I fear the fact that I've spent so much time learning theories and I'm actually going to turn out to not really know much. Like, this is a fear of mine because, like, I would fear that I've wasted my time. You won't know if they tell new things until you are there. Yeah, exactly. That's like the exact thing. But out of stuff is like, you know, the rule of thirds, golden ratio, the color theory, color mood, shape theory. Like, those are like principles. Golden ratio, yeah, golden ratio. It's actually one of the most powerful things for drawing. Like Gyro Zeppeli from JoJo, yeah, exactly. Exactly. Golden ratio is actually used in art. It's generally where you are starting from a point and you're supposed to make like a loop, and actually you can see that they've done it more or less, because it's like how the eyes, kind of how this is more or less the path, how the eyes are going around the artwork, right? But also there's a rule of thirds, right? And people are going first here, then here, then here, then here. And like those two have like the same percentile, and those two are like the highest percentile. So like there are several rules that are contradicting each other, but I guess it depends on what we are looking for. Because if it's like a very meaningful illustration, unit ratio is just 1 on square root 2, yeah, exactly. It's causing a spiral, it's creating a spiral generally. And the spiral is usually used for the thing. But yeah, it's the Steelball run, right? The surge. The Steelball run is actually using that. Hi Detective Wise, got over here. How are you? Hope it's going. I think this is the first nice round, so hope we can find a comfy corner here. How are you? It's like slanting a Cartesian coordinate system by 45 degrees. Yeah, exactly. Good. Glad to hear it. Not the first time though. Hey. Oh, did Detective actually appeared before? Haven't seen in a while then. How have you been, buddy? Hope you're okay. Shishio Tsukasa is a cool character. Wait, there's also the Wonder of Me, right? Because there's Task, which is the main hero stand, and which is very powerful actually, I think. talking about Shishio Tsukasa from the Dr. Stone. I know the sum at least. He's really well made. He's really well drawn. Was sick for a few days. I see, I see. Hope you're much better now. Have you seen the chicken jockey incident? Yeah. Welcome back, Muton, welcome back. I've seen the chicken jockey. I was there. You were in at the chicken jockey incident? God damn. That's crazy. How did the guy actually snag the chicken in? Hi Blizzard, got over here, how are you, hope it's going? I love you so much, thank you! I think this is the first time, so hope you find a coffee corner here, how are you? What is the chicken jockey incident? Dude literally brought in a whole living chicken with all feathers and stuff to the cinema, and I think they released it. And like people started going like super crazy. They've started like demolishing the freaking cinema and stuff. Throwing popcorn everywhere and shit. They've literally demolished the entire like studio where the movie was playing. I got blooded from popcorn, bruh. Good, good. Oh, I just looked. This is for your manga. So cool. Do you have a name for it yet? Ipra. Ipra, where the ravens cry. Actually, Ipra is like name of the world, like the planet where the stuff is happening. Like we have Earth and stuff. But I want to make it like chronicles and stuff. Got to hear it. You're now just working on the line art. I'm trying to be super chill on it. You know, with the line art. We've spent so much time on the sketch, so I've actually started working on the cover. A little bit more. I want to have the cover finished at least. And then we are going to continue planning out all the paneling and stuff. But yeah, I think I'm going to wrap up for now. Tomorrow's work, you know, gonna wake up at 5:45. At least got some more time to sleep, but yeah. Hey, we've got quite a lot. Thank you, Blizzard. Hope to see you more often. Thanks Muto, thanks Zega, thanks Detective for being active in the chat on Twitch, thanks Gear, Knight, Skylar, Magic, Eric, Tripler, Dan, Spirit, Juicy, Surge, and Blizzard for being active channel on YouTube. And as always, folks, stay creative, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Take care, and